Hi everybody, Tori Hartman here with a Psychic Minute. And you know, maybe 2 minutes. You know, it's really interesting because last night, like everybody else in America, I was up, I was like noodling through the computer and I'm going, onto Facebook and, all the different, and I came across Rowen Pendragon's blog, and she has been doing stuff on the color wisdom cards. And what was fascinating to me, and by the way, if you have not gotten a chance to check out her blog, you can Google it. It's Rowen Pendragon. She's an awesome reader. And I have to tell you, I started reading what she had written, her interpretations about the color wisdom cards, and I thought, wow, they are so much better than some of the stuff I did. And it brought up for me that the idea that sometimes, especially when we're doing spiritual work comes through us, but it's not ours. And there are people who have the gift of interpretation and divination, like Rowan does. And she was, I was reading the stuff she wrote, for example, about aqua people, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. And I think the thing that's really important is that, years ago, I went to a seminar and I'd read this woman's books and I loved her books, and the minute she got on stage, I went, oh my gosh, I don't like her. I don't like her energy, I don't like who she is. And I started to leave because I was very, like I'm leaving, and this guy stopped me at the door and he said, listen, he said, I said, I just don't like her, and he said to me, you know what? The message is what's important, not the messenger. And I thought, of course, And the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm not necessarily the authority on the color wisdom cards. They came to me. But there are times when I look it up just like anybody else, because it's a funny thing when you're working in the spiritual realm, because things come to you, and like later, people who I've had these readings with will have these profound experiences, and to me, it wasn't that way. It was just, I read and then I don't remember. I mean, not that it wasn't profound at the time, but I don't necessarily remember it. And the reason I'm saying that is because these things come through us, not to us. And so I really encourage you to go take a look at Rowan Pendragon's blog. Take a look at how she interprets the color wisdom cards, because I actually think she makes it so simple, and I'm checking up on what she's saying about the cards, and I'm learning. So, it's a thing of like, the important thing is, in any work you're doing, is always to be open and teachable, because we don't always know the answer, even if we created it. And oftentimes the people that created it are not necessarily the best interpreters of their own work. So with that, I hope that you will take a risk and go out and start interpreting in your own way, because what's powerful is that you have to take a risk with your own voice and your own creativity and find what works for you. And by the way, just because somebody wrote that doesn't mean they're the expert on it. You may actually have an insight that blows their mind, like what happened for me with Rowen Pendragon. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and remember, stay in tune with the fact that you do have a voice that matters, and that sometimes what you're bringing to the table is more profound than the person who may have actually had the original thought. I'll see you next time.